Greetings to everyone. Today, I'm Sahil Yadav, a student of BA English Honors from second year from Hansaraj College, is going to present on the topic potential benefits of wind and solar energy in meeting India's energy requirements. So, before moving further, let us have a glance at what all points we will discuss today in our presentation. So, in the first part, we will discuss about the introduction that what is solar energy and what is wind energy. In the next slide, we will discuss about the current use of wind and solar energy by India. Moving further, we will discuss about the potential benefits of these two energy, that is wind and solar energy. And in the next slide, we will discuss about the potential benefits of wind as well as solar energy, but in the context of India. And in the next slide, we will see the challenges that are associated with wind and solar energy in India. And last but not the least, we will see the role of government in utilizing wind and solar energy. So let us begin with the introduction. So what is wind energy? Wind energy is a type of energy in which the energy with the help of turbines, that is, the kinetic energy with the help of turbines is converted into mechanical or electrical energy that can be further used. And on the other hand, solar energy is a type of energy which is harnessed through photovoltaic cells. That simply means that when the sunlight falls on these photovoltaic cells, they convert the solar energy into electrical energy. So we will see India's current use of wind and solar energy. India is the fourth largest producer of renewable energy, especially solar and wind. So solar energy alone has a capacity of 133 gigawatts as per 2025, which is the largest renewable energy source. On the other hand, wind energy, that is the second largest source, have an installed capacity of 54 gigawatts till 2025. Together, these sources of energy comprises of about 10% of India's electricity generation. And in future, India is rapidly expanding solar and wind power to achieve its 500 gigawatt non-fossil energy capacity by 2030. So we will see the potential benefits of wind and solar energy. As we all know that these sources of energy are cost effective. So moving beyond the cost effectiveness, we will see the other benefits of it. So let us start with the wind energy. So the first major benefit is low water footprint, which simply means that it requires less water in comparison with the energy produced by thermal power plant. Second is the environmental harmony with smart tech, which simply means that the modern quiet turbines and the use of tech like ultrasound for wildlife safety. Land compatibility. Large scale wind farms can coexist with agriculture and grazing, allowing land to be multi used. Seasonal and nighttime power, which means that the energy with the help of wind turbines can be produced in any season, and also we can produce the wind energy in the night time as well. Resource diversification, that strengthens energy security by tapping into different wind speed areas from high wind regions to low wind zones. So let us see the five unique benefits of solar energy. So the first benefit is low land impression, which simply means that we can use existing rooftops, brownfields, and non-arable lands that can minimize our land use and increases our energy production. Second, distributed power network, which simply means that through the distributed power networks, we can generate more power close to consumption, reducing grid transmission and loss of energy. Excellent for seasonal storage. Stores summer solar surplus in chemical and physical form to meet winter and nighttime demand. Reduces local air pollution. That simply means that when we produce energy with the help of solar, solar panels. So we are reducing the air pollution in our local areas, as we can see the energy we produce with the help of thermal power plants. So the region around those thermal power plants have a higher amount of air pollution. Adaptable for rural access. This simply means that these can be deployed in the rural areas, and the people of the rural areas can become very adaptable for the use of this. So, in the next slide, we will discuss about the potential of wind and solar energy in meeting India's energy demand. So, let us begin with wind energy. So, first of all, India has an enormous untapped potential. High capacity offshore opportunities. Beyond land based farms, India's 7,600 kilometers coastline offers a good area so that wind energy can be produced and can contribute to India's energy demand. Cost effective and competitive. Wind energy is now among the lowest cost sources of electricity in India, complementary to solar energy. This simply means that wind energy can also complement solar energy, because solar energy cannot be produced at night time, but wind energy can be produced at any time despite of the season, despite of the climatic conditions. Strengthen energy security and net zero goals. Solar energy. The potential of solar energy can be defined by the abundant solar installation that in India most regions receive 300 days of sunshine. Cost competitiveness, as solar energy is cheaper than coal energy. Energy security reduces dependence on imported oil and coal, as we can see that during the conflict of the Middle East, the energy became a crucial point. So it can also reduce our energy dependence and can strengthen our energy security. Scalability and flexibility. Scalability and flexibility simply means that India has an abundant area where these solar plants can be set up, like in Rajasthan's and also on the rooftops. And the last point is the climate commitment. That simply means that this the energy that is produced with the help of solar panels can help us achieve our net zero goals. So moving further, we will discuss the challenges to wind and solar energy in India. So let us begin with the technical challenge. So the first challenge is the intermittency and grid congestion, up to 30% curtailment of energy. This simply means that from the point where energy is produced to the point where energy is stored, a 30% of energy is lost. So that has become a huge challenge for India. So the next challenge is the policy challenge. That simply includes the inconsistent rules, tender delays, and cancellations. And the government, I think, can play a major role in overcoming these challenges. Economic challenges, high upfront cost. In the long run, the cost of the energy that is produced with the help of solar and wind energy is cheaper, but the initial setting up cost of this is very high. And also to set up these plants, we require a lot of raw material, a lot of things and tools. So that somehow increases our import dependency. So this has also become a challenge. The other challenges include land population constraint. That simply means that the land in the current scenario is decreasing, but the population on the other hand is increasing. Urban shadowing. Urban shadowing simply poses a challenge to the solar and wind energy, especially to the solar energy, as the high rises buildings blocks up the sun's energy, so hampering the energy produced through the solar panels. Low awareness has also become a major challenge in the rapid installation of wind as well as solar energy in India. So, last but not the least, we will see the role of government in utilizing wind and solar energy. That what are the roles and what are the efforts that government can initiate so that the production of wind and solar energy can be increased in India. So the first point is the launch of flagship missions and solar park schemes. So the government can launch various flagship missions and solar parks so as to increase the production, implementation of financial incentives and subsidies. The government can also give financial incentives and subsidies to the people for setting up of these plants. And I think the government is doing well initiatives by providing subsidies to the people and the financial initiatives. So the next point is the development of grid infrastructure and green energy corridors. As I've discussed earlier, 30% of energy is lost during the process of transmission. So a better grid infrastructure can help reduce the energy loss. And the next point is the enforcement of renewable purchase obligations and bidding. Thank you.